did you know that Nigeria is one of the largest producers of sorghum in the world, and its production is predominantly done in the north? In this report, Zainab Akonde analyzes how sorghum production can benefit the country even more. We have details in this report.
Sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops in Nigeria. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Nigeria is ranked as the world's second largest producer of sorghum after the United States of America, with 6.4 million metric tons produced annually. Currently, over 5 million hectares of land in the country is used for sorghum cultivation. Sorghum grains are used in the production of livestock feed, alcoholic beverages, and biofuel. It can also be made into flour, which is then used in various traditional foods common in the northern parts of Nigeria. Its nutritional benefits and increasing industrial demand is gradually making it a choice crop for large-scale production. While sorghum cultivation is predominant in northern Nigeria and cultivated by rural farmers from time immemorial, stakeholders in other states have now identified its benefits for human consumption and economic growth. Adeoluwa, an agricultural firm, is partnering with smallholder farmers in the southwest to produce high-quality sorghum to meet the demand of the teeming population globally. According to the company, this initiative is expected to diversify the production of sorghum to southwest Nigeria, thereby promoting sustainability as well as strengthening the country's efforts in being food self-sufficient. Zainab Akonde, TVC News, Lagos.
Joining us in the studio for this conversation is agribusiness facilitator and founder CEO Adeoluwa Nigeria Limited, Adeoluwa Adeshola. Good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Good morning, Veronica. I'm happy to be here today.
Great. Let's begin from the matter of food sufficiency, food security, because that is something that we have been talking about in recent times. Even when this administration came in, food security was one of the major issues they said they were going to address. And when you look at the matter of food security, it is divided into four, talking about physical availability of food, talk about economic access, stability, strategy. When you look at the matter of climate change and all of that, if you have to look at that critically. But let's begin with the strategy we have been trying to apply to address the matter of food sufficiency. Are we right on track from your perspective?
From our own perspective, the present government have been doing their bit in ensuring that they can bring down food inflation and do the needful in ensuring that Nigeria can continue to progress in the agricultural sector. But however, we cannot all put everything down to the government to do all that we expect. So that is why for us at Adeoluwa, we have taken it upon ourselves to see to it that we support smallholder farmers who are in the rural areas with access to finance in terms of input, the improved seed, fertilizer, agronomy, mechanization, and access to markets. We have seen that over the years that a lot of farmers are losing so much from their products because they have limited access to the knowledge and to markets, and because of climate change, most of them are not aware of the modern day practices, which is what Adeoluwa is bringing to them and ensuring that we can work hand in hand to them to ensure that they can scale, and then they can be able to also take them from the bottom of the pyramid for them to be sustainable and them to be empowered. So for us, over the years, we've been able to support over 400,000 smallholder farmers in the northeastern part of Nigeria. And our goal is to ensure that by 2030, we are able to support over 1 million smallholder farmers in Nigeria. And with this, we are able to also contribute our own quota to ensuring that we support the government, to ensuring that at the end of the day, Nigeria is self-sufficient in food production.
Looking at statistics, Nigeria actually currently is facing a severe hunger crisis with an estimated 33.1 million people that are expected to be food insecure by August 2025, significant increase from 24.8 million in 2024. But then if you look at the sorghum is largely produced in the north, just like you said. Now bringing it down south, the farmers in the south also believe in certain cash crops that they oftentimes cultivate. How do you think they might or they will be able to welcome this new development when it comes to now farming sorghum in the southwest?
So research has actually shown that sorghum can do fantastically well in the southwest. However, due to limited or inadequate knowledge about this product, majority of farmers in the southwest are ignorant of the efficiency of putting their resources or ensuring that they can also propagate or take advantage in this product. And which is why we are bringing this forum for them to partner with us so that we can deepen their knowledge and expose them to the economic viability and the economic benefits of also propagating sorghum in the southwest part of Nigeria.
By economic benefits, is it only consumed largely in Nigeria, or are there other benefits to exportation? We also export it.
So it will interest you that sorghum is an alternative to importation of barley, right? And importation of barley is taking billions of dollars from Nigeria annually. And identifying that sorghum is not only rich in fiber, it has a lot of industrial uses. It's used in food beverages, it's used in local consumption, and it's also used in livestock farming, right? And we cannot talk about food inflation, right, without ensuring that the Southwest also partake actively in the propagation of sorghum. It will interest you that sorghum is in our everyday life. It's in our Maggi, it's in our beverages, it's highly sought out for sorghum glucose. So now, it takes a minimum of 2 million naira to transport 30 tons of sorghum from the north down south, and which also affect the bottom line of the price on the staples or in the shelf. So by ensuring that the Southwest also take part in the propagation and the cultivation of sorghum, we can really see to it that we bring down the eventual cost and also increase the economic viability and the economic power of farmers in the Southwest.
Interesting. The Southwest governors had met at some point and talked about how they were looking forward to addressing this matter of food security for the Southwest and how perhaps they can also contribute their own quota to that. On the one hand, the question I would ask is, are you engaging them to see that that you are putting in place of engaging farmers, that you also engage the governors who know how to reach these persons directly? That's on the one hand. On the other hand is the matter of security. We know the challenge in the north. Most of the states where sorghum is grown, talk about Sokoto, talk about Zamfara, they are all facing security challenges as we speak. And now if you're saying that you are going to be helping farmers do all of these things, are you also looking at steps to be taking with regards to providing security for these farmers as part of the process of the innovation you're putting in place?
Yeah, so number one, from your question, fantastic question, right, we've been engaging across board with commissioners of agric, and then who are responsible, and then we've been working hand in hand with them. Their response has been fantastic, and then we are setting our sensitization early, because in agriculture you have to be able to put the right measures and the right strategies in place, because time is very important. Absolutely. And we are quite glad that the Southwest are also coming up with these ideas for the governors to come together. And we've gotten a lot of support from them, and we are certain and sure that moving forward with the engagement we've had, we are going to have fantastic results as by ensuring that Southwest also takes active role in agricultural propagation in Nigeria.
Security-wise, I know we'll say that security is the responsibility of government and all of that, but then government will say that security is everybody's business. So what strategy are you putting in place with regards to that? Are you also working hand in glove with the state governments where you're looking at putting all of this innovative strategies in place?
I must give kudos to the Southwest governors, right, for the creation of the Amotekun, and then also leveraging the vigilantes to ensure that the farmers can go to their farms and ensure that they can propagate it free. I always say this, insecurity is a global phenomenon, right? No country has been able to nip it in the bud 100%. However, we cannot now leave the food sufficiency of the country just because there are splinter insurgencies here and there. And we must also give it to the government of the day. They have done fantastically well in ensuring that they can bring it to the barest minimum. However, a lot needs to be done to ensure that farmers and Nigerians can move freely and they can do their business without fear of being adopted or fear of having to pay some support element for ransom. And for us, we believe that an idle land is also synonymous to insurgency, which is why part of our program, we are creating a lot of jobs, we are creating an enabling environment for youth and for women to be able to earn. And with this, if they are engaged, if the youth of Nigeria are engaged with jobs and with ready markets, we can see that gradually we would have the issue of insecurity and limited job availability as a thing of the past.
So I'm still very much concerned, concerned about that of growing sorghum in the Southwest, because if you look at the North, they have the arable land, they have everything. We have it everywhere in Nigeria. But are you also considering the climatic conditions in the Southwest when it comes to the climate effect or impact it might have on the cultivation of these plants? And that of this crop rather, and that of crop optimization in terms of pest control, diseases that will definitely mitigate against the harvesting or good harvesting of this crop. And again, is it just a focus on sorghum? Are you not also talking about or looking at the other related crops like soya beans, maize, cowpeas, etc.? How do they work together?
So it will interest you that as the Kinoma, we are in 7 value chain. We are in maize, sorghum, soya, sesame, millet, cowpea, and paddy rice, right? But for the essence of ensuring that the Southwest also partake actively in the economic viability of sorghum, which is why we are starting off with this. And we are also promoting and propagating regenerative agriculture. So we are talking of sorghum because alongside sorghum, we are going to be introducing soya bean, which they are going to practice. It's a natural nitrogen fixer so that we can propagate sorghum using less fertilizer, and we can ensure that we can increase optimization and economic benefits for the farmers, and for also ensure that we can increase food production. So that is what we are doing for this particular program. However, we will be moving gradually from the sorghum propagation into other crops to ensure that the Southwest is also self-sufficient in food production. That's one side, yes, please.
The other matter that I'd like for you to touch on is, because you've been talking about how beneficial this will be for the farmers, and one matter to any farmer is a matter of finances, credits, and all of that. And we know how it is when we're talking about loans and the fact that it is double digits. So how are you looking at incorporating that for the average farmer that will participate in this program, such that at the end of the day, the profit and we, the consumers, don't have to pay as much, because they tell you that because of the value chain, the amounts they get from the banks as regards credits, and then third parties and all of that, the prices increase. And so at the end of the day, what we are getting, we have to pay so much for food on the table. So access to quality food like sorghum is quite challenging.
So thank you so much. This is one of the challenges that Adeoluwa is trying to bridge. And we have understand that farmers over the years have little or no access to credit and finance. And for us, we practice and we preach a win-win scenario where everybody brings value to the table and takes value from the table. What am I saying in essence is that Adekinoma is going to partner with the farmers from beginning to the end. We are going to come together to develop what we call EOP, economics of production, which will involve what is needed from the plant preparation to harvest and guaranteed market. And with this, we are also ensuring that we bring it to their doorstep. We are using our access to some of our partners to ensure that we can bring finance at a pocket-friendly rate and ensure that at the end of the day, they can benefit actively from tilling the land and ensuring that at the end of the day, they don't have to suffer post-harvest loss, because we are also going to be there to guarantee offtake. And with all of this that we are putting in place, we are also putting in measure that at the end of the day, the end user or the consumer can also be able to afford this at a pocket-friendly rate, because we are bringing all our partners, our international partners, the government also to come and collaborate with the smallholder farmers to produce more. The challenge or the reason why food is actually expensive in Nigeria is because we are consuming more than we are producing. So if we are able to bridge that gap, we increase our ability to produce what we eat. At the end of the day, we'll see that food inflation and high cost of food will be a thing of the past.
I like what you said.
Sorry to butt in. I'm wondering what is pocket friendly now for the farmers. Yeah. What figures are you looking at? Is it still double digits or single digits? And who are these partners that you're talking about?
Okay, so fantastic. Thank you for that question. We have IDH that is also part of this consortium. Like I said, we are already working with the governors and the commissioners in the states. They are also part of this consortium that we're bringing to the Southwest farmers. And they are actively supporting in ensuring that we can give them training, technical support, agronomy, climate smart agriculture. These are a lot of programs that we are bringing and encapsulating to ensure that at the end of the day, we are able to propagate this product and farmers and Nigerians are able to benefit sustainably from this program.
Give me a figure.
Okay, so for that, we ensure that we work within a single-digit finance product. For us, we believe that financial solutions should be a win-win for everybody, because at the end of the day, we have our skin in the game, and for farmers to be able to repay back adequately, it has to be that they are able to benefit, and then it makes economic sense and economic growth for them as well. So for us, for what we have been able to do over the years in other parts of Nigeria, we can attest to the fact that the Southwest farmers too are going to benefit greatly and immensely from this program.
You've actually not said anything about the figure.
Because, well, for the figure, right, for the figure, it's less than what they will be able to get from the commercial bank. I can assure you. I'm not the politician.
Let's move on from there. Okay. Since you said it's going to be affordable and accessible to all of the farmers. It is one thing for us to cultivate, harvest. Is another thing for us to, you said something very, very intriguing, like we only eat, we consume a lot, we do not essentially, produce what we consume, and then it now leads to importation and all of that. But when we cultivate, harvest, bountiful harvest, are we looking at storage? Because post-harvest losses can actually undermine these agricultural efforts that you bring into the table. So, what storage and post-harvest strategy or processing challenges do you think farmers are likely to face, or are they facing, and that is being addressed? That is one. And the second thing is, sorghum is something that I consume like almost every day, because I blend it with wheat, sometimes plantain flour, just to make my swallow. It's not just to eat it. What about the value addition? What about byproduct from this sorghum? Are we also exploring this area rather than just eating it?
Thank you so much for that question. Number one, we are looking at bringing over $50 million investments into Southwest. However, we want to ensure availability of raw materials. And then by the time we are able to synthesize farmers in the Southwest and they are able to embrace and imbibe the production of this product, we are going to be setting up modular processing facilities for value addition, which will also now produce a lot of jobs and create economic wealth for the locations that we are going to be propagating and supporting our smallholder farmers. So these are some of what we are putting on board, because we have to ensure that we have the raw material, and then we can now move on to the value addition aspect of it. Yes, please.
So you're still in the works?
Yes, still in the works, please.
Okay, so I'd like to hear success stories, since you have worked with over 40,000?
Over 400,000.
My apologies. 400,000 farmers.
Yeah.
Where exactly? In the north?
Yes, in the north. We've been in Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, Benue, and also others as well. Yes.
So where are you looking at now for Southwest?
So we are looking at Kwara, we are looking at Oyo, and then we are looking at Ogun State.
Why not Lagos State? What did we do?
A bite of Ogun State, which borders into Ekpe, are also going to benefit from this. And it will interest you that the farmers that have been working with us over the years have benefited tremendously from our collaborations with them. We've been able to move them from getting less than 1.3 metric tons per hectare to today getting more than 4.5 metric tons per hectare. So this has increased their economic power, and this has also brought a lot of additional income to the household. And we also see to it that we target mostly youth and women because they bring a lot of benefit to the family. We've seen over the years that in the north especially, that women are just left to just be in the house with contributing little or no economic viability for their sustainability. And probably when the husband is dead, you see that they are carrying the burden of taking care of the kids by themselves.
Right.
But we at Adekinoma, we are able to see to it that we work with them and we practice equality. We ensure that let the women come together, and then let us also support them with finance, access to land, and access to markets to ensure that they can also make economic.
So if you're looking at the ratio now of
yeah.
The number of men against women that you have worked with, what's the number?
So right now we're at about 35% equality gap. But however, we are optimistic that between now and the next 3 years, we want to see to it that we bring it to minimum of 50-50 ratio.
That's very good, because women are the ones that really are looking into this matter of family. Now I want to go into family. I want to benefit from this initiative.
Yeah. Right, very quickly, let me see if I can squeeze this in. Beyond the initial 10,000 farmers you're targeting in the Southwest, are you looking to scaling this beyond that figure?
So like I said, the target for Adekinoma is to support 1 million smallholder farmers by 2030.
In the Southwest or?
In Nigeria.
Nationwide.
In Nigeria. We are optimistic, and we are sure we are a step closer to ensuring that we can hit that target by 2030. And for this first phase of this initiative, of this program, we are targeting 10,000, from which the indirect beneficiaries are going to be more than 250,000, because for every hectare you have a minimum of 25 people that work on a hectare. So by the time you do the calculations, you see that the job creation for the direct and indirect is going to contribute so much support to the Nigerian economy.
Interesting. I'm sure there are those who are watching and wondering how they can get in touch with you to be a part of this, because we are watched across the world. So how can they reach you quickly before?
Okay, so you can reach us via website www.rzikinoma.com. You can reach us on Facebook, you can reach us on Instagram, and you can reach us on LinkedIn and Twitter, rzikinoma, and you have more information. You can email us at info@rzikinoma.com, and we'll be very prompt.
Arzikinoma very quickly.
ARZINNOMA.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Adeoluwa Adeshola, CEO, Adekinoma Nigeria Limited, for your time on the program. Definitely, you'll be getting an email from me. Today, I became a farmer.
Thank you.
I'm going ahead of you.